Hey guys, so we found ourselves again just in another super choppy day. So we had basically a big move up, and then we had some pretty impressive morning candles. This one right here was almost a $2.50 drop. We had a huge recovery that did not break the peak, and then we had another massive $2.50 drop. Almost, this one was, I guess this was just about $2.30, but still a huge drop. And then we did recover, but did not break that high a day right there. And then we had a huge sell off end of day again. So we are just pretty much trading in super choppy, range bound trading, just some up and down trading. Makes it really hard with these tight ranges. But scrolling out here in the daily, so what we had, and I've been talking about this, is we established a supply right here on Friday. We bounced back up to test previous demand and could not get back over that. So we did reject there at that 400.6 level. And then we came back down, and now we have officially broken back below this supply. So really we should look at this 396.4 as a really big resistance level now. That we're rejecting it. And you can see here, we also really rejected the 100 EMA. Now we have a full candle close below the 100 EMA also. So basically where we're at is our next demand area is right here at 388.7. And I have that major support that I've always talked about down at 390.1. So basically, I'm still looking for this push down. We are in extreme momentum on the daily of SPY and futures. So pretty much unless we take out the daily 8 EMA and really the 20 EMA, any bounce up should be, like here, a short opportunity. But the hardest thing about playing this right now is that you can see all these major wicks on SPY. It's the same thing on futures too, pretty much. But all these major wicks and these up and down, up and down, up and down movements is just making it hard to get any sort of payout on premiums because, you know, it's like even today was looking like a nice downside move, but then we had that big move up, and especially yesterday, that looked primed for a continuation down. But you can see we had this huge wick that came up before we dropped down. So it's really tough trading this, and I feel like going long right now, even though puts is the play, it just is not paying out in a way that really makes sense to go long right now. So basically for me, unless we close back over 396.4, and really unless we close back over 400.6, I remain bearish, and my ultimate target is still 390. The only thing that would change my mind is if we come down in this like 390 to 391.5 area and establish a new demand, then I would be looking for an upside pop back, possibly back to 400.6. We do have jobs data tomorrow, and that definitely could be a market mover, so we'll keep an eye on that and see what happens with that. Taking a look at futures here, very similar story. So we established a demand on Friday at 39.75. Interestingly enough, we had a huge pop that rejected at the previous supply of 40.20, but then we came all the way back down here and we established a new supply. So we had a demand with a back-to-back supply, and now we have closed under that, and for 2 days in a row now we have rejected that supply at the 39.90 level. So basically now we are back under demand at 39.75, which pretty much opens up the downside to previous demand back from January 19th of 39.15. So assuming that we don't put a new demand in before we get there, and with us being in extreme momentum, as long as we are rejecting this daily 8 EMA, we should slowly tick our way down here. And it's the same thing. We do have jobs data tomorrow, and that absolutely could result in a pretty big pre-market move. So we're either going to see a big pre-market move back up, which could establish a new demand down here, or we're going to see a pretty good sized pre-market move down, and we're probably going to test this 39.15 demand, which is also that 38.80 demand on SPY. Taking a look at Tesla. So Tesla's having investor day right now. I was listening to it a little bit. I was expecting, and the rumors were that they were going to introduce a new car, something around the 25 to 30K range, like basically an affordable issue, if you would call it car. But all they've said so far is that they're not releasing a new car yet. So it sounds like maybe in the future they might, but I think a lot of market was expecting that, and so far it's not really being received, too well. It's down 3% after hours. Tesla actually has a really nice chart here. So what we basically have here, and even if we don't even look at what's happening or after hours right now, we have a really nice strong demand area from 207.7 to 214.4, and we have a really nice demand area. And if I didn't, I think I said supply. I meant to say supply area up here, and we have a really nice 194.4 to 196.3 demand area. So basically, you can see right here, we're just stuck in this range, and we don't really have a lot of direction. We've really been stuck in this range pretty much since February 7th, so almost a full month, 3 weeks of trading really. So basically what we're looking for now is the next move. So even with this after hours movement down here, we are still holding first demand at 196.3. So we're going to look for this as a potential bounce area. You can see how many bounces have been off of this area here. However, if we were to start breaking down, for me, I really am going to need to see either a supply put in somewhere underneath previous supply, preferably in the low 200s, like 200 to 204, or I'm going to need to see us close below the daily 20 EMA in order for me to want to short Tesla. I just feel like we're in a spot of consolidation and there's no real movement. Same thing though for upside. I'm either going to need to see a new demand established down here or reconfirmation of demand in order for me to take a long. Otherwise, I think we're just stuck in this choppy area, and I just don't think there's a good play on Tesla here. Looking at the VIX, so the VIX, interestingly enough, we did not break support. This is this support line projected over here. We did break through this resistance line right here, and we did not get back over the 8 EMA. There was a while there where we were holding over 21 or towards 21, but then we obviously lost it here. Same thing that's interesting though is that the VIX movement we're seeing not really coordinate. So we had that big end of day dump again, and the VIX is still trading down just like yesterday. So kind of interesting there. We are holding right at the daily 20 EMA. One interesting thing I would note that if you go back to where we were this previous level here on February 17th, if you look at SPY currently, so February 17th was up here. That means the VIX spiked and has come back down to its previous level, and SPY is on average about at close, I would say if you take the high of this candle at 407.5 and the high of today at 396.7, we are down almost $11 compared. So that's kind of interesting, which tells me that there's agreement in the market in this movement down here. Last thing is Bitcoin. I need to update this trend line, but overall here you can see kind of this almost looks like a potential bull flag pattern, even maybe like a bigger time frame bull flag pattern. But for the most part, even though we keep losing the daily 8 EMA and the 20 EMA, we are holding super strong right here at this 23.1K, and we just really can't seem to take back out 23.6K. So we're kind of the same thing here, stuck in some super consolidation. So there's just not a lot of market direction about where we're going potentially right now. So, all right, I hope you guys had a good day trading today, and I will see you guys tomorrow.